Joe, Martin,
no, I mean,
turnaround. I mean, this is not fiction.
No, I mean, we saw it the other day, last week. I mean, it happened with the coalitions today. Today, we've seen even Charity Ngilu has redefected. I mean, she was there 1 week ago at KICC. She arrived. I think a lot of people didn't expect her. Signed something. Actually, I was telling something. Maybe we need to see what these people signed. Maybe they just signed some plain pieces of paper and then tell us they've signed. Because honestly, why would you sign something today and 3-4 days later, and we were told these things were legally binding? So I think it really is symbolic of what happens out there.
Mshamba is not crazy.
He's not crazy.
Yeah.
He's just depicting what happens in our society. And it's the unfortunate thing that you look at when elections come, either people are voting because they've been given money, or people are voting because they know this person or the other person comes from our clan or our ethnic community or from somewhere that we associate with. But I hope as time passes on, this is a culture that we're going to eliminate, because with the new constitutional dispensation, there's a qualification and the criteria set of who a leader should be, what kind of leader you're supposed to vote for.
I really don't think the Constitution will help us much in that regard, because think about it, right now the Constitution stipulates a lot of different things, but we've seen the MPs trying to tinker with it. Secondly, even in the counties where you think that, well, now there is all this equalization fund, there is all these seats that have been reserved for disadvantaged people, and yet you still find right now there is something they call negotiated democracy, that, okay, you guys are more than us, so fine, let's give you the senator's seat.
Ethnically
driven. Yes,
that's exactly what was
so you cannot legislate good manners in politics. I think it just has to evolve from inside out, because as it is now, we have the good laws, but hey, we don't have good politics.
I agree. That's what I'm saying. It is going to evolve with time. We've just had a new constitution at this particular point in time, in that we never had this kind of dispensation. What now needs to move us to that next level is a kind of civic education that people are going to be empowered with, to be able to know what kind of leaders they need to have in power. Because when we have a devolved government...
What level of civic education will permeate to that level? Because Mshamba's level is where the voter is. To tell that guy, it's not about ni mtu wa nyumbani.
Yeah,
what kind of education will get that level?
It's going to be...
Because even professors, by the way, just talk to any of them here in Nairobi. When they speak in English at Parliament buildings, they're nationalists. But when they go to the village, what do they say? It is our turn to eat. Those people have been doing this for the last 10 years. Honestly, it's not a question of education. I think it's just how we organize our politics. Who doesn't know that tribalism is a bad thing? They will tell you even in the village, they know it is a bad thing, but they still do it anyway.
But who perpetuates that tribalism? It is our leaders. So the moment we get rid of bad leaders, we're going to have people who have something up their head, who are going to cultivate these cultures we are talking about, and the goals that are enshrined in our constitution, the values that we are supposed to cherish and nurture in our basic, even right from
what will you write
pre-primary.
Tomorrow to tell people it's not about mtu wa nyumbani?
What you do that is for now, for this kind of elections, trust me, you heard even the minister say, it's basically, that's why he even could not answer the question.
It's too late.
He knows it's too late for now. These elections are going to be decided on an ethnic platform. That is for sure.
Joe,
you can't wish that away.
Mshamba's vote will carry the day.
In this election, yes, it will carry the day. I think probably even the next election, maybe 2022 or something like that. That might, quite frankly, because as it is right now, the same politicians who have gone to school, some of them are very educated, but they will still go there and speak in mother tongue and say something totally different. The hope that I see, which is probably where Martin was coming from, in the new constitution, is the fact that it will de-emphasize this sort of mystery that has been there about the presidency, for example, that this is somebody who is their all and be all, they can do whatever they want. Right now, the president can do something and they are questioned. So maybe with time, people will say, maybe there isn't such a big deal about the presidency, and that way, we'll start finding only serious people running for president because they would want to do something. They're not just going there to peddle and wield power.
Well, this is just an interesting book I was quoting. This is Sunny Bindra talking about the peculiar Kenyan. This comedy, as much as it looks fun, it looks like it's a joke, but when somebody can turn around like that and you have a discussion where you go and say that you will vote for Joe Ageyo, and tomorrow you then turn around and say you will vote for Martin because he comes from your village, then we're in trouble. Last comments, gentlemen?
My view is that, I mean, we've had this notion that people are waiting to have an extension of the registration of voting. Let people come out, let them register as voters, and let people go and decide on who they want to, I mean, who their leader is going to be. For once, let's try and make a change in terms of, even if we are that ethnically challenged in terms of who we are supposed to vote for, but let people go and decide who their leader is going to be. Don't wait after the next election, then we're going to say, oh, who this, I would have wished so and so to be there, but you have a chance now. And I think we have a chance to chart the destiny of this country. Let's do it. It's possible.
For me, I'm thinking, I mean, let's try and, even though the tribe might be the overriding thing out there, I think there's still room for us to be issue-based. I mean, fine, they say, okay, it is in Muranga, it is TNA, but kind of look at those people who are running on the TNA ticket. Is there something that you can use to differentiate them and say, well, they are all TNA, but at least this one stands for ABCD? Maybe that is a small way in which we can start to push the pin a little bit.
Well, a poor voter makes for a poor leader.